Today, we are working on our session, which is called Customers for Christmas. Now, the Customers for Christmas campaign is something that we do every year in our Elite program because when we have a Q4 period, what happens is we have this huge spike in sales out of Black Friday. But what happens then is we fall off a cliff and it all goes quiet. And when it goes quiet, we start to worry because we did all this effort and we've worked so hard for Black Friday, but then we're like, oh my God, what happens now? And the dopamine hit of all those sales drops off. And that's what we're going to solve in today's workshop. So to take you through, it's not death by PowerPoint. It's really about the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Okay. So I want this hour to be powerful for you. I don't want it to feel like you've wasted your time jumping on this call. So in order for you to get the most out of it, you've got to put your work in as well. I'm going to give you a workbook to work on. So you've got to do the work. The real main motivation of today is I want you to learn and I want you to have fun, right? Business should be fun. We don't want it to feel draining. The reason we do this is because we don't like having a job. We want to prove our future. Okay. So that's what we've got here. And if you do stick around to the end, I'm going to offer you guys something. In today's call, you're going to learn how to get customers for Christmas, but what happens after Christmas? How do you get customers after that? So I want to offer you a program that's going to help you get customers after Christmas. Okay, well, let's get down to business. Now, most of you know who I am, but if you don't, I'm just going to give you a quick recap and why you should listen to me. I'm the founder of the E-commerce Academy. We've been in business for about 4 years, teaching people how to grow e-commerce stores. We've helped over 500 stores now, and I'm super proud of that. And that's both our e-commerce bootcamp and elite team. It's so fun. I run my own brands. One I'm really proud of right now that we're pushing really hard is our Dosed Coffee brand, and CEO of that. And we're growing that really fast. Our sales are growing every single month, double month on month. I've been ranked top 50 in e-commerce 3 times now. And I've had over 15 years experience in working in e-commerce brands at the big end of town. I'm talking large retail billion-dollar brands. And I teach that to the people in the community. But what I'm really excited about now is we're building an AI first company. So we're making sure that AI is at the heart of everything we do. And most of you have probably found me. I'm on YouTube. If you don't like me and subscribe, please do that. That's when you become a YouTuber, that just becomes part of your vernacular. Everything you say, you're like, please like and subscribe. So please go ahead and do that. That's all the formalities done, team. Let's get down to business. I want to talk a little bit about getting customers for Christmas. Now, the big thing here is when we go on sale over Black Friday, most people buy all the things for Christmas during Black Friday, right? So originally in the retail calendar, December was our biggest month of the year, right? Prior to these Black Friday things happening. And we all amped up for this December period, but now that's shifted into November. And we trained our buyers to think, okay, Black Friday is the time that we need to buy. And we're going to get the biggest deal. And you would have found that you've probably got your list of things that you want to buy in November. Okay. And you get all that. And you're usually either buying Christmas presents for other people, maybe, or you're buying for yourself, or you're just getting the thing that you wanted all year, but you were just waiting for it to come on sale. Now that's all well and good. And we make this big sales period, but there's still this other period, which is Christmas and December, that we need to make sure that we are, active in market for. And if you think during November, there was so much noise in market. Everyone was putting their hand up and trying to get their sale and trying to get people's attention. And what happens is we sort of go flat and we don't get people's attention during December because we don't have anything to talk about. Okay. We had all these sales and then we go to December like, oh geez, what do I do now? And that's what we're going to cover today. So we want to make sure that we keep selling after the chaos of Black Friday. The other thing we need to get out of this is we want to make sure we make the most of the month. Now, as much as December is 30-ish days, I'm not sure if it's 30 or 31, as much as December is 30-ish days, realistically, you've only got a selling period of 2 to 3 weeks because after the Christmas period, it goes a bit flat. People might stop, they spend time with family and friends, and the last thing they can think of doing is buying, okay? So we want to make sure that we make the most of the month, which is actually shorter than we think it is, okay? Really important to take that into consideration. The other thing we're going to do today is we want to give you something around giving the right message at the right time. You see, during December, people are through different stages of buying, of their life and what's happening. And now I know for me, I've got 2 young girls and the Christmas events that are on are just out of control. We've got school events, we've got Christmas concerts, we've got dance events, we've got all this sort of stuff. And so my time is now, relevant to what's happening in my calendar, and buying becomes an afterthought, right? Which means we need to shoot the right message to the right person at the right time to get them to buy. And that's really, really important because this is the part around scarcity and urgency that we really need to lean on during this period. So we're going to learn how to send the right message at the right time. The other thing we're going to do today is we're going to go through giving gift ideas, okay? Now, during Christmas, you're typically buying presents for other people. And I don't know about you, do you know what the person you're buying for wants? How often do you just say, what do you want for Christmas? I just have no idea. Okay. And sometimes you don't want to ask them that because it becomes a little bit uncomfortable. So, how do we give our buyers ideas to buy for their friends and family and all these other people? How do we make it easy for them to say yes to buying from you, as opposed to having to make a decision on what should I buy, rather than what should I buy for them, rather than what should I buy from you? And that's something we really want to go by. Okay. And the other thing we want to think about is, who is it we're actually buying for? Not what do they want, but who are we buying for? You see, we buy for different types of people. We'll go through that in a minute, but who is actually getting gifted? Who are we buying it for? Are we buying it for our family? We're buying it for friends? We're buying it for our neighbors, teachers, all those sorts of things. Because if we know who we're buying it for, we can curate a collection and a product and a merchandising strategy to sell to the right people. Okay. If we're trying to sell to everyone, we're not going to sell to anyone. So we want to make sure we're selling to the right people for the right people. And that's what we're going to get out of today's session. So to sum it up, we actually just want to make it easy for someone to buy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I try and avoid shopping centers and malls at all costs during this period because it's chaos, right? You walk through the shopping center and you're like, where do I buy? Everyone's screaming at you and don't know what to buy. But if we made it easy for them to choose you to buy from, then all that chaos and the friction and the complexity of buying goes away. So we're going to focus on who we want to buy from. All right, let's get to work. If we think about our customers, right, and we want to make sure that we are selling to the right people at the right time. There's three types of stages that people go through when it comes to buying, okay? And this is the time of year where we want to give the right message at the right time. So 3 stages that we go through. The first stage that people go through is the planning stage. So this is where we think, okay, we've got to start putting our list together. And my wife is great at planning this sort of stuff. So on our kitchen bench, she has a notepad, and on that notepad, she has this list, these little checklists of who she needs to buy for. Okay. And so she's like, okay, well, I need to spend this much on someone, right? So it's my budget. This is how much I want to spend on someone. And then I know that someone really likes this thing. Okay. So I'm going to get them that thing. But I don't really know what to buy for this person. And I know I need to buy for these people. And I have to give them a gift, but I don't know what to get them. Right? This is the sort of list that's happening on my kitchen bench right now. Right? We're at the planning stage and we're going through the list. And what we need to be able to do is, like, how do we make sure we tick this list off and make it easy for people? Once we go through planning stage, we then move into the next stage. And that stage is when we actually give the gifts. Okay? We go through the gifting stage. And so that's where we wrap the gifts up, we attend events. I'm going to try and draw a nice little gift here. And we attend events and we start giving gifts to people. Okay. So that's the period. Now, that we don't always give gifts on Christmas Day, but we give gifts throughout the month, right? I've got gifts already under our tree. We've had, catch ups with friends on barbecues, and they've already started giving us the gifts. So they've gone through planning stage, they've gone to gifting stage. It's really important to know these stages. Then from there, once we've done the gifting stage, we move into the final stage, which is the enjoyment stage. And this is where we make people happy. Okay. So by knowing these different stages, we can make sure that we're sending the message to the right person at the right time during these stages. Okay. So we want to take people from planning, we want to move them to gifting, and then we want to make them enjoy. Okay. And if we think through this, then it helps us understand what we need to do on our business. So think about this in your world. So I want to give you an idea of how this sort of plays out from a dates perspective. So all these stages here, they typically happen through late November, mid-December, and then late December, okay? Now, all of these have dates associated with it. So if we think about where we are now, right? So right now, we are in this period here, okay? So Black Friday has just sort of ended for us right now, okay? So what we're now moving into is gifting mode. And this is where we start to kick into gear. We're in gifting mode right now, okay? So planning has ended and we're starting to move into gifting, and planning sort of happens at the same time. So we've got a bit of planning still happening around here. But what we want to make sure we're doing is that we want to start communicating gifting throughout this period. So what we're suggesting we do is we start our gifting campaign, and then we start seeding our gifts out to people. And all of these are different emails over time. Okay. So we've got a little section here where you can put in dates. We'll go into a little bit more detail on how you do this soon. But the way we want to do it is we want to be talking to people throughout those stages that they're going through, from planning to gifting, and encouraging them to buy from you. So we've got a gifting stage, we move into most popular gifts, but this is where it really starts to get different. It's about last chance, Okay. And then we need to know when our cutoff is, right? So we've got reasons to speak to people. And then we've got to give some last minute gift ideas. And then we can start working through the rest of the year, go the rest of the month. Okay. So as the people get past this date here, what is it we need to do for them? Well, how else can they buy from you? Is it fast? Can they do express? Can they pick up from you? How do they get the gift from you and think of you when they need the thing? This is what's happening here. We want them to think of you when they need the thing. And the only way they think of you and they need the thing is if you put your hand up and tell them that you're there. And so this email trail are the types of emails that you need to send to get people's attention. Okay. So we've got gifting, most popular, last minute, last chance. We go through ways that they can get it from you after the shipping cutoff. And then for those that are in certain regions, we offer a sale, which is Boxing Day. Okay. So Boxing Day typically applies in Commonwealth countries predominantly. So we've got Canada, you've got Australia, you've got UK, we do Boxing Day. Not as popular in the US, but definitely an opportunity for a sale. But after the gifting period is what else could you sell to them? How else can we keep November alive? Boxing Day, we can just revamp our Black Friday sale if it worked. Okay. We just do it for a short period of time. And then we want to give them a happy holidays and talk more about Boxing Day and New Year if we want. Okay, so this is the plan of attack. So even if there's only one thing you take from today, these are the ways you talk to your customers throughout Christmas. Okay, that's the first thing. But what I want to teach you today is what do you talk to them about? Right, so we've got all the messaging. Okay, we want to send them emails, but it'll feel really repetitive if we're just sort of sending them the same thing. Okay, so we now need to drive them to our shop and merchandise it in such a way that they're going to buy and say yes from us. So if we think about this, the next stage I want to take you through is what is it that we actually tell them during this period? I want you to think about now, we know the plan, we know the days that we need to send things for here, but how do we make sure that we put the right products in front of the right people at the right time? Okay. So the way to do that is we break this up into 3 buyer types. Okay. There's 3 types of buyers over Christmas, and I want to share these with you. So watch my magic circle. There, look at that. All right. Do 1 circle. I'm just going to duplicate this. We've got 3 buyer types. Okay. And they go a little bit like this. We've got the well-known buyer type, which is our family and friends. Okay. So that's typically who everyone buys for over this period, whether it's for Christmas, whether it's for whatever, we typically give gifts. And if we give gifts, family and friends is our first type of people that we typically buy for. They're the top of our list that we had. The second type of people we buy for are what I like to call the gotta gifts. Okay. Gotta gift. These are the people that you want to give a gift to them. You just sort of got to give a gift to them. So I think about this is like, okay, I got to give a gift to my daughter's school teacher. I got to give a gift to my neighbor. I got to give a gift to, these are the people that you have a good relationship with, but it's like it's a relatively thoughtful gift, but it's a got to gift. It's like, I think they'd like that. And then you don't know much about them, so you got to give it to them. Then there is a type of buyer, and I'll let you in a little secret. This is me. There's a type of buyer that is the last minute buyer. Okay. So last minute buyers are the people who know they got to get something, but they're just going to leave it to last minute because they're just too busy, right? So we're like, oh, I didn't get them something, so I better buy them something. And I need someone that can solve my problem quickly because my problem is that I need to give this person a gift, but I haven't had a time to do it. So there's the last minute. Yeah, I think a few of you can relate to this, right? The last minute buyers. So now that we know this, what we've got to basically do is we've got to make sure that we merchandise our site in such a way that we are talking to each of these different personas in their own way, okay? Because they're going to come in with different buying mindsets than each other, right? So the family and friends person is going to come in and they're going to want more of a thoughtful and caring gift for someone that has an interest in something, okay? The got a gift person is going to come in and they just have a budget that they set, right? They're like, I just want to spend $50 on this person or $25. So let's see what I can get for that budget. Whereas the family and friends, the budget is less relevant. It's more about the thought and the present that is thoughtful about them. And the last minute people, they just need a Band-Aid. They just need this as fast as possible, right? So when we think about those personas, we want to make sure that we are putting the best way forward in order to accommodate that. All right, well, let's move on. I want to show you some examples of how this gets executed across big brands, all right? So this brand here, Casetify. Does everyone know this brand, Casetify here? So these guys sell iPhone cases, right? Very cool branding. You know, they've obviously got some pretty good influencers on board here. But have a look at this. When you land on this page of their store, they've got this gift guide and it's unwrap something special. Okay. And so basically what they start to do here is they start to get you on this buying journey of this gifting journey. Okay. But where it really comes still close here is they know that they're going to sell by the outcome or the person that's buying from. This is a family and friends execution. Okay. So you all know your friend. You might have a friend or a piece of family member that, you know, is maybe the content creator or the person that is the jet setter or the person that is the tech savvy. So they're creating the avatar for you that you should buy for. This is really different to the way we typically sell online, where we buy for the person who's buying for themselves. We're now setting up our site to set them to buy for someone else, right? So we're creating the avatar for the person that's buying. So that is the family and friends piece. But then there is things that make it easy for them to buy. And this is more the gotta gifts. Okay, so here's the core set, or the charm set, or the combo, the case set, things like that. So we're making it easy for them to choose. It's a bit like going into the bargain bin in a store and going, oh, I'll just grab that. Right, I'm just taking it out like it's a stocking stuffer almost type thing. Okay. And then they've got some additional things which makes them special, right? Which is these the collabs, which is nice. So that's sort of their best sellers that they want to push during this period. Great gifts for people who are interested in Care Bears, or people that might love Zootopia, or might love, I don't know who Petite Prince is, but I know the other two. Clearly I have girls. All right. So, and then the final part is for our last minuters. Okay. So we've got stocking stuffers for last minutes, and then we've got gift cards for last minute, right? So we can see here, they have on one page been able to accommodate all those buyer profiles and buying types and why people are buying. Okay. So seeing how this lands, let me show you a couple more examples and then we'll get into some stuff. So Arlo here, right? Okay. They've got this gift guide and same sort of thing, right? They bring out the things that are all gifts. So you can shop all gifts here. You can shop the types of products, but where it really comes into play is how they break it down. Picks for her is the first thing, okay? And then they brought, it's hard to see in this picture, but these images are based on different activities that someone might do. If we know Alo Yoga or Alo, they do, active wear for women, okay? And then we start to go a little bit different. We've got our gift with intention. So gift cards, if you don't know what to buy someone. And then this is the everyone else type thing. This is your gotta gifts if we're not sure what it is. But if you have a look, the jet setter, the homebody, the yogi, the self-care enthusiast, et cetera, right? These are the biggest brands in the world that are doing this. Okay. I'm sure we could take some inspiration from them, right? Let me show you a couple more examples. I think examples are really powerful. Awala is a drink bottle brand, right? So they sell drinkware. Not a very exciting topic, but seems to be that drinkware is the new trend these days. Okay. So Awala, these guys do it really well. Now, the difference about Awala, this page is actually just a blog. Okay. So this isn't even fancy. This isn't even like get a designer to do it beautifully like Alo Yoga or places like that. Okay. It's literally a blog. But what they've done is written here, who are you shopping for? Not like you would love this product, we solve this problem like we would typically teach. This is who are you shopping for? And then it's funny, Trendsetter's been very, very popular. But you can see here, you've got the wellness girlie, the dog mom, the one who shares, all the sort of stuff. And these are all the avatars that they're selling to. Now, what's very interesting here is Awala has not a lot of products. They have a smallish range. But what they've done is they've curated the collection for the person they're buying for. So the same product might actually apply across different collections, but they're bundling it up in for people, okay? Now, the cool thing here is not only have they done that, and this jumps them through to a collection, but they've started to talk about it. And they've got, okay, here, there's the blog element, but now we break down the early riser. And so what they talk about is the product that is right for that avatar, okay? So they've got that one there. They do the same thing. And they basically break down each of those things into little snippets that drive them to product pages, okay? Now, this is just a blog. Nothing exciting about this, but the blog has two things about it. One is it's easy to read and easy to execute from a brand perspective. But the second thing is it gets sucked up by search engines and sucked up by AI LLMs, which means when someone searches for the perfect drink bottle for the coffee lover, it's gonna recommend this product, right? They're seeding this in here, okay? All right, so that's a really easy execution, really simple, that ticks all the boxes that we talk about. Let's go a few more. Best Buy, these guys do a similar thing. Got a gift ideas section here, right? And then we've got a who are you shopping for? Okay, so if I'm shopping for my wife and I know she likes electronics, I'm just going to go straight here. If I'm shopping for my kids, I'll probably go straight here, or grandparents, or etc. So what we're doing is we're driving them down the aisle of the outcome that they want. Okay, really straightforward, really simple. Let's just go a few more in here. Stocking stuffers, that's the gotta gifts, toys if it's the kids. So they're putting the most important things first. But what's happened here is not only did they do that, they now do the budget side of things. Okay. So they do these sorts of things here, which is like, I've only got $50 to spend. I'm going to do that there. Okay. Basically, they just give you all the options so that you don't need to go anywhere. We make it easy for people to buy. Last one is JB Hi-Fi here in Australia. These guys do a really interesting thing. They combine the gift guide that we're going to show you how to build, and they combine the SEO together in one page. So if we think about what Owala did, they created an SEO friendly page, but not necessarily a beautiful gift guide. Well, what Best Buy did is they created a beautiful gift guide, but not a very an SEO friendly page. So what JB Hi-Fi have done is they brought the two together, which is really great. So not only do they have an easy to shop page, right? So, we can choose the gifts that we want through here, or we can look at their catalog, or we can buy by the type of person we're buying for. So we've got all the things that we talk about. What they now do have is SEO text. Not many people would actually read this, but why this is powerful is Google is going to suck this up into their search engines, and AI is going to suck it up into the LLMs, and they're going to get recommended when people are searching for what's the best gift to buy for a friend. What's the best gift to buy for kids? What's the best good family gift? And we're basically creating SEO values. This page has two purposes. All right. And that's what we're going to build today. We're going to build a two-purpose page. Hey, Mel, you ready to jam on this? Could we do this together?
Yep, absolutely.
Love that. Nice to see you again, Mel. All right. So, team, what we're going to do here is I'm going to be working one-on-one with Mel, right? You guys get to watch. But we're not just watching. Mel is going to be my vehicle through to you guys. So I'm going to coach through Mel, but you guys are going to follow along and fill out the framework, thinking about the same thing. All right. So she's my vehicle to you guys, if that's okay. Everyone got the workbook ready to go? Remember what I said? This is a workshop. It's not just me talking. So this is where we get to work. The more you put in now, the more you're going to get out later. All right, let's go. All right, Mel. So together, we're going to do this. So let's think about your current family and friends piece, right? So if someone's coming to your website, who are they typically going to be buying for? What options have we got?
Mostly for themselves,
Okay.
or for a friend, a daughter.
Okay, so for friend or self. Okay, interesting. Now, just a quick one on self. Is it that they are repurchasing, or that they're buying it to reward themselves, or it's a little treat to themselves? Like, what are we doing here?
Most likely to repurchase.
Okay. So in this instance, we're not going to really sell a gift for themselves. Oh, you could do a gift for yourself, but if it's a repurchase, you've already sold them, right? We're trying to get new people in the world.
Yep.
So let's think about, what you could do is someone's buying that have bought from you is buying the same thing for someone else. I know I've done that in the past where I bought something for myself. I love it. And I'm like, I reckon my mates would love this. So I'd buy them the thing that I have. So maybe that's the type of play that we go with you guys. So existing customers buying for their friends because they've used your product. I think that could be a really good one for you.
Yeah. Friend,
All right,
daughter, sister, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. So child, sibling. Okay. So we'll just write in here, daughter, sister. Okay. So it feels like it's obviously a very female orientated brand. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Excellent. Cool. So team, make sure you're following along and doing the same thing for you and thinking through who they're buying for. Now, what you'll notice here is Mel's gone very close to the female side, family, friends, very close to people that they care about. So really important that you don't try and be everything to everyone. We want to start getting really specific because this is going to build our page out. All right. So if we think about these people, Mel, what are they interested in? What is their, so if we look at like the other brands like Owala and things like that, like what sort of people are they? What are they interested in? Are they horse riding? Are they into activewear? Are they into wellness? What are they into?
So definitely holistic lifestyle, natural products.
Natural products. Okay, let's go natural products. Okay.
Self-care.
Okay, love that. Healthcare. Let's go a little bit deeper on healthcare. What when you say healthcare, is it they go to the doctor every week, or is it they see a naturopath once a month? Like, what's the healthcare piece?
So it's more all around holistic lifestyle, like they are, not buying chemicals. So it's not your average person that goes to Priceline or Kmart and buys those $10 gift sets,
So it's someone who loves natural health type thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason I'm double downing on this, and I want everyone to do the same sort of thing. We don't want to be broad, right? We don't want to be high level. We want to go eye level. And the idea is that when someone sees that, they can identify that persona matches the person they're buying for, right? So if you remember, we saw a trendsetter, or we saw like the jet setter and, the adrenaline junkie. Like, you want to be able to look at it and be like the natural health person, like that. You like, yeah, my friend Jamie, she's into that. Right. So we want to be able to identify that category with that person. Okay. So I'm going to change that rather than healthcare because it's too broad. We're going to call that like into natural health. Okay. So you've got natural products, natural health. Okay. What about like any activities that they do? What are they doing for fun, these people?
The people they're purchasing for, or
correct. People they're purchasing for.
Good question. They're slaving away to a 9 to 5 lifestyle.
That's not fun. Doesn't sound very fun. What do they do for fun? Like, if you were to think about someone you're buying for right now, what would be what's their what's their stereotype? Like, what would you say? What are they doing? Do they meditate? Do they do yoga? Do they, like, what's happening there?
Yeah, possibly along those lines.
Yeah.
Touching on not the full kind of yogis or anything like that. Yeah.
So they do like occasional yoga or something like that,
Yeah.
Okay.
Journaling, self-care, those kind of things.
Self-care, love this. Okay, great. Okay, so we're trying to identify the person we're buying for, because when we market to the person who's buying for them, they need to be able to identify who they're buying for. Okay, right? Is this helpful for you, Mel, so far?
Yes, very.
Excellent. Okay, so now that we know that, right, and you might want to spend a little bit more time on that when you think about it, but how do we look at someone and go, that's that person, that is their stereotype, I'm going to label them with that thing, right? We don't like labeling people, but we do when we do this sort of stuff. We need to label someone, because if we label them, then we know how to talk to them. Okay, so now that we know that, now when we think about these products here, okay, or these stereotypes, you could say, what products and collections are suited to selling to these people? Let's go a little bit. Like, so if I wanted to sell to someone that's into natural health, what product or collection would you recommend them?
Yeah, well, with my products, it would definitely depend also on the budget. So they wouldn't. So if you, for example, they had to got a gift for someone, right? Yep. Then they wouldn't be going and spending 130 on a skincare set.
Correct. So we're not going to do budget yet. Right now, it's about buying for the person you love, and budget is irrelevant right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's something about budget. Yeah, great. So excellent. Yep. Skincare set. Okay. So remember, this is the people we're buying for. We've got family and friends, right? Family and friends, they're an emotional purchase. And when things are emotional, you can push past the budget if you need to, right? And that's what I want to think about. Budget doesn't play a huge part in this family and friends piece yet. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So I want you guys to think about that. Not everyone buys on price, right? Not everyone buys on price. Okay. Skincare set. What else?
Gift cards. No, not yet.
No, gift cards is not, like, they're not interested in gift cards, are they?
No, probably not.
No. So if I was into natural health, we've got a skincare set. That's one thing. Let's say I go and do yoga. Like, do I use your skincare after I do a class, after I have a shower? Like, when could I use it? Like, why would it be good for someone that has that as their pastime?
Good question. So
you have like a travel kit, like a put in your activewear bag kit? Do you have, or something like a travel size or something small, or?
No, I don't have anything small. It's more to create a spa experience at home. That's basically what my products are based around.
So skincare set will do that. Is there anything else, like a spa experience kit? I know you don't have it yet, but we can build this.
Yeah, right? I've got the self-care escape kit.
Love that. Now we're talking. Escape kit. This is for the person who wants to do self-care at home and have that spa experience. And if we think about this now relates back to here. Okay. See what we're doing there? We're starting to relate the intention of the person or the stereotype to a product. Okay.
Okay.
So we're starting to merchandise this. Let's go one more. What's another product that you want to sell during Christmas?
Then everything else is just individual products like a body scrub or hand cream or something, or then
Body scrub or hand cream. Okay.
lip stocking fillers and things like that.
Okay, I'll give you a little insight. It might help your thinking for everyone here.
Yes,
We have
please.
one member in our elite team, and she sells ready meals. Okay, beautiful ready meals. I don't know if you're on the call today. I don't think you are. She sells amazing ready meals, and I don't know, 15 different meals she has there. Right, so lots of different choice, lots of different products. Okay, she came to me, similar sort of scenario, and we're like, how do I sell this to everyone? So we needed to sell the avatar. So she had all these products. She's like, but they can buy anything they want. But I know as a consumer, and you're all consumers, is we still have a type of thing that we like to buy. So what we did for her was we created these kits. And so she had the 18 products or whatever it was, and we created kits. We created a kit, one for the vegan food bundle. We created the bundle for the meat lovers. We created the bundle for the family, the bundle for the health conscious, the bundle for the family bundle. I think there was all these different bundles that we created. Now, those products had very similar those bundles had very similar products in them, but we gave them an outcome of who they were intended for, right? So I want you to think a little bit about that. You've got the escape bundle. Love that. That's the person who wants to self-care at home. But you mentioned things like body wash. You mentioned things like, hand cream or whatever it was. Like, how do we start bundling it into these outcomes? So, it is the skincare person that's into natural health. Like, what's the skincare product? So the natural health skincare kit, right? It's the same product. We're just marketing it slightly different, right?
Yeah, I already created a self-care escape kit specifically for Christmas.
Yes. Is there 2 or 3 others we could do based on this persona we're trying to target now?
The skincare set, which I also created specifically for Christmas, and I call it the Chloe Ritual gift set. That's
Love
in a
that.
cosmetic bag.
Love that.
Ready to gift. And then everything else is not beautifully gift ready. I mean, I still have to wrap it. A couple of other sets, which I currently don't promote so much because obviously I'm focusing on a ready to gift.
Got it. Okay. Excellent. So it feels like we're 80% there. Let's land this plane on this family and friends. So now we've got this last piece, the daughter and sister. Okay. Right. So any of these kits could apply to the daughter and sister skincare set.
Yeah.
Okay. What if we were to do something like the skincare set for your sister, like sister skincare set, and it could be something like, you love the kit, now give it to your sister, right? Or it could be the daughter, the skincare set for your daughter, right? Daughter who's just getting into skincare. So this is where we start to now, again, it's the exact same skincare set because the skincare set is very broad. Who does it apply to? We now need to put an identity on who's the best user of that product. Okay. So I want you to think about how you can curate your existing sets, but just give them different names, right? The set is exactly the same, or maybe a slight tweak that makes it different, right? And we just give it a different name. Okay. Is that making sense what we're doing here? Right.
Yep. So am I duplicating the products on the website and just give them a different name?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd create a bundle as opposed to it, right?
Yeah.
People have gift kits. Like, yes, you can buy the individual product, but that feels very individualized and you need to be really specific. So, if I was to go and buy your face moisturizer or body wash, that's really specific. But if I was to buy the organic bath kit, like the self-health bath kit, I'm like, oh, that's exactly what my sister, she loves bathing. She loves the ritual of having a bath every Friday night. This is going to be perfect for her because she's into health and wellness. So we want to identify that the kit is the right kit for the right person.
Okay.
Yeah. So put your thinking cap on.
Yeah.
And do really specific kits. They could all be very similar. They just have different names, right? And you'll see that when you look at other retailers now, that's all they do. They'll have 95% of the kit is the same as the other kit, and it just might have one little change in it. And it could just be that it has a pink ribbon instead of a blue ribbon. Like, it's quite wild how crafty us marketers can be. Okay. All right, let's move into the next piece of the puzzle. And this is the gotta gift. So now we're talking about the financial side of things, Mel, right?
Yeah.
So remember, family and friends is an emotional purchase. Got a gift is a have to purchase, right? You want to give someone a gift. Like it's not like you don't want to give it to them, but you're probably less emotionally motivated. You're more financially motivated. Okay. And this is where we change the mindset. Those other gifts, I'll give you a quick insight back to Emmy, who runs the food brand. She's like, people are only spending, $100 per order with us. But what we did was we said, why don't you do like a mega bundle? Why don't you do like a $500 bundle? And she's like, no one's going to pay for that. Right? And this is where we become constrained by our own thinking of what you might spend on something. Other people might spend a lot more, right? She set up these bundles and she was getting $600-$700 orders in one go.
Wow.
Right? Because what we're doing is we're anchoring different price points for people. Okay. So don't be constrained by price when it's an emotional purchase. People will pay whatever they want for someone if it's someone that they love. Okay. So don't be constrained by that. We don't want to mix the two. It's the reason we broke it up into 3 different categories. Okay. Because they're 3 different buying personas. The got a gift is financially motivated and they have a budget. Okay. So let's think about this, Mel. Now, when we think about got a gift people, they usually come into these 4 sort of categories. One is they usually have a budget. $50 seems to be about the right number at the moment that people are spending. Whether it's a US economy, Australia economy, $50 is about right. I don't know what it is in pounds or euros, sorry, team. But you want to choose a number that feels easy. It's like a single note. I'll spend up to that. I'm easy to go, right? Then we've got the people that have got a gift that we really, maybe they're a little bit happier to spend a bit more, and we break it up into the $100 and $200. We've got 50 to 100, 200 plus. Okay. So think about your store now, Mel, right? If anyone was buying for you outside of the family and friends that they love, why might they buy your product? Okay. We've got Kris Kringle, Bad Santa's, White Elephant. I think in the US it's called the White Elephant or something like that. We call it Bad Santa here, but White Elephant is for those people. So why could they be buying a got a gift, Mel? Who else would they be buying it for if they have a budget?
So definitely like a teacher, like you said before, neighbor, gardener, housekeeper. I don't know, other people they know and feel like they need to.
Yeah. I remember, you just triggered me. When I was in grade 5, I had a teacher and we had to buy a gifts for a teacher. And I remember I bought her some hand cream. And I don't know why, but I know, I think it was that I went into a shop and it was like gifts for teachers and I'd seen it on TV and it was like oil of Ulay or some crazy thing that I thought this was amazing. I loved the ad on TV. And so I bought a hand cream for my teacher as a kid in grade 5. So, I don't know. I just wanted to share that because it's like I'm resonating that this could be absolutely a gift for a teacher when a 5-year-old boy buys some hand cream. That's so weird. I think about it and say it out loud. But yeah, so we've got gardener, we've got housekeeper, we've got a teacher. Okay, cool. So now that we know that, let's go to the same thing. What products and collections are now suited to people that have a budget that are buying for teachers, gardeners, housekeepers? What are we doing now?
Hand cream, lip balm.
Hand cream. Love that. Yes, now we're talking. Oh my God. Sorry. My writing is great. All right, hand cream. Lip balm.
Body scrub.
Yeah. Body scrub. Love that. Yeah. Anything else?
Some beauty tools like a contact sponge, a makeup cloth.
Yeah, tools. Love that.
Exfoliating mitt, all those kind of little bits and pieces.
Excellent.
Which are
and then now what we can do.
Stocking fillers.
Stocking fillers, absolutely. So now what we can do is we've got these, but how much is your hand cream by itself?
$35.95.
Okay, $35.95. How much is your lip balm?
$18.95.
Okay. Why don't we do these two a $50 bundle?
Yeah, I suppose I could. I currently have that.
Of course you could.
Body scrub in the self-care escape kit.
Yeah, but now we're building bundles, right? We're building price-led bundles, not outcome-led bundles.
Okay.
See what we're doing there, right?
Yes.
So surely, if I've got up to $50 to spend, rather than just buy a hand cream, I'm just going to give you a $50 gift pack, and it's the hand cream lip balm gift pack. That's like your handbag gift pack, right? That's like the put in your bag. You can have some hand cream and lip balm. That's perfect, right? Yes. So now we've satisfied the teacher or the housekeeper who needs a hand cream and lip balm. Both of those needed on the go. And we've now got a $50 kit. So we start to think about, okay, how do we get someone to spend $50 with us? Because that's their budget, remember? Mm-hmm. So they're willing to spend all of it People are willing to spend all of it as their budget. So we think about the kit there. Is this landing for everyone else? What are we learning here, team? Get them to spend all the money. You want to spend it with you. Make it easy. Teacher's pet. We don't need more products. Okay. Mel, let's go another one. We've got one $50 product. Let's go from 50 to 100. What can we give them?
Well, I've got I don't know. Well, as I said, the body scrub including, so I've got that for $80.
Yeah. Okay. So this is 80. Love that. What can we make? How can we make it 100? Are we going to give them some lip balm as well? Let's do that. Body scrub plus lip balm.
It's already in there. So the kit is $80 for 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's already a kit already.
Yeah.
Could we do something like, so the tools that you had,
so
does that come in the kit?
Essential Beauty Pack, that's $99.95. That's 3 face care products.
Yep.
And I got the 4 face care products for $115. And then I've got the Chloe Ritual gift set, which is basically the same, but it comes in a limited edition cosmetic bag ready to gift.
Okay. It feels like you got all those then now, but you now you can frame these up into like different volumes, like in terms of different budget sets. One thing I'd recommend doing, I learned this when I owned a hair salon. We used to, we had a sales trainer come in and teach us how to sell hair products to people that were in there. One thing that he taught us, which was surprising, was sell the same thing again to the same person at the same time, right? So one of the questions that changed everything about our stylists in our salon is so one of their KPIs was to sell product, right? So you get your hair done, spend all this money on your hair. So their job was to sell product. And originally they would try and sell a bottle of shampoo and conditioner. For those of you that go to hairdressers, I don't have any hair, so I don't go anymore. But what used to happen was they'd sell them shampoo. And the one question that changed everything for these retailers or these hairstylists was they just said to them, "Oh, do you just want one?" Right? And what actually happened was people were like, "Oh, you know what? I do need 2 of those things because I need one for my gym bag and I need one to sit at home, or I need one at my boyfriend's place, or I need one at my place." So people actually, if they love something, they'll buy 2 of it. So try and sell the same thing twice. But where this really applies for Christmas is imagine you could buy 3 if you're buying a gift for teachers, right? Or a gift for friends. Sometimes you buy the same gift for all the same people. Does some people do that, right? I know my wife does it. I come home and there's like 7 candles on my bench. I'm like, why have we got 7 candles? She goes, I'm giving one to this person, giving one to Megan, giving one to that. They're all getting the same gift. So one of the things that we love to do in this Got a Gift piece is we do multi-buys. And we're like, why don't we just buy 5, like you buy 4 and you get a discount, buy 5, you get a discount. And then it just makes it easy for them to buy. So maybe you could do like 4 hand creams for the price of 3, okay? And what also happens there is maybe they just keep one for themselves. All right, is that useful, Mel, thinking like that?
Yes, definitely. I never thought of it like that. Yeah, because I don't buy gifts, so I'm a little bit out in that area there. Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Well, we want people to buy gifts from you, right? That's what we're trying to do here.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. That's a little hack, team. I wasn't going to teach that today, but here we go. Sometimes little miracles happen. All right, cool. So now we know we've got a budget. We've got budget based here. All right, we've got a budget base here. So let's move into the final piece of the puzzle. And this is pretty easy. This is the last minute gift buyers. These are me. So we've got when do they need it? So if someone is last minute with you, Mel, right? When do you think they're going to need it straight away? Like if they're a last minute person, are they going to need it within a week, tomorrow, instantly?
I think the majority of my customers do allow enough time, but there would be those that would probably need express pies to make sure.
So yeah, they're going to need it within a week, tomorrow, or instantly. Sometimes people need things instantly. Sometimes they need them tomorrow. And what we now need to do is make sure we give them a mechanism to be that last minute shopper. And that's really what this part's all about. What mechanism do you have to be able to satisfy people that are rushing? Okay. Because they're going to buy from people that can satisfy it really fast, as opposed. So if you can get a gift card instantly sent to someone versus having to go out to the shop to buy the gift card from the shop, you're going to do that, right? You're going to do the thing that's easiest for you when you're a last minute guy or girl, right? So you want to think about what options can you give to satisfy these last minute people? Can you give express shipping? Can you do on-demand delivery, right? That's things like Uber Rush and, using Airtasker or someone to do the pickup for you. Can you offer a pickup potentially? Okay. Or can we do gift cards? right? So think about the ways that we can do it. So if you've got a location that people can pick up from, we bring that front of mind in our emails. Okay. If
Okay.
we've got express shipping or on demand, we bring that front of mind so that they choose you when they're doing last minute. If they're like, oh, yeah, that skincare brand, I know they can get it to me tomorrow, right? Or I can go and pick it up from their house or shop or whatever it is. Or they offer an on demand 2 hour service. Okay. That's how we start satisfying last minute gift people. Or if we can't do any of that, at least we give them a gift card, but we put a gift card front and center. We tell them about how that works, right?
Yeah.
So that satisfies the last minute gift buyer. So in your world, is there anything that's suited to going last minute in your world?
Well, yeah, well, I offer express post and I offer
Yep.
gift cards as well, so
Perfect.
that would
Perfect.
definitely all work.
Can you offer pickup or anything like that? Is that an additional thing you can offer or not really?
No, not really.
That's fine. That's okay. And sometimes when we're running our business from home, we don't want strangers coming to our door. That's super good, right? That's super fine. All right. So this is your very, very basic initial draft of your gift guide, right? So now that we've sort of done that, the idea of this framework is to just start to get the questions in your brain, like start to think about like what do we need to do, right? And what do we need to frame our store up? So Mel, what are some key takeaways from this little workshop we did around framework for your gift guide? What have you learned here?
Yeah, so really thinking about who the person is that they're buying for, that's something I didn't think of. And then creating more kits to make it really specific to help people
Yeah.
to actually buy. And then a couple of extra bundles.
Mm-hmm.
And then the multi-buy, I think that's a really good one because the lip balm and hand cream, as you suggested, that could definitely be a really good one to sell a few of.
Super good. Excellent.
Thanks,
Love
Brandon.
that. No worries. Cool. So I want to take you through on this workbook. I'm going to give you the layout and how we do this, right? So all these things here, we now once you fill this out, it makes the next bit easier. All right. Once we fill this out. So we've got it all filled out. We now go through and like, how do we make our website look good? Right. So here is the framework that we use to make it happen. So we either create this on your homepage or we create it on a collection page or a blog, however you feel comfortable. Now, I've got a lot of YouTube videos on how to create these pages. So feel free to just binge me on how to do that. So I'm not going to show you the technical how to do it in Shopify thing. I'm just going to give you the framework and the wireframe. And you guys go in and build it. Like you're all smart people. You'll work it out. So the idea is that we either have a collection page, but we want to focus on the gifting. Okay, so this is going to be your campaign here, and this is going to be like the Christmas gift guide. Okay, so gift guide type thing. Okay, and then here you want to put in your most popular product or the thing that you want people to know that come to you for. Okay. Now we break it down into what we just did before. Okay, so we've got family and friends. Okay, in order to fill this out, we just basically start doing gifts for family and friends. So in Mel's world, it would be, gifts for self-care, people who love self-care, gifts for daughters, gifts for, people who love yoga, right? Gifts for the person who, wants to have a bath at night. So we identify the person that we want to give the gift to in this part here. And then we have a picture of the product here, right? Then we move into the got a gift. And these are just collections or carousel tiles or something like that. Then we move into got a gift. This is where we do the budgets. Okay. Gifts from $50, gifts from $100, gifts from $200, or multi-buys. This is the price point version. And then we move into the last minute piece here, which is, what is the way that you can satisfy that last minute person's need, right? Is it that they need to come pick it up because it's a physical product? Can you send them a gift card? Can they come into store? Can they order an Uber to come and pick it up for them? Can you do that for them on their behalf? How do you make it easy for them to get the gift last minute? All right. It's really, really important. And then underneath this page, we now want to create an SEO friendly page, right? And this is where the magic happens. So we've got the top 5 gifts for family and friends, right? So we now bring in who the family and friends are. So this would be the top 5 gifts for yoga enthusiasts, top 5 gifts for coffee lovers, the top 5 gifts for adrenaline junkies, right? The type of thing that someone might search for, right? So my wife loves Pilates. So I might do something like the top 5 gifts for people who love Pilates. And so when I put that in the search engine, the goal is that we want to try and rank for that result. All right. And so we basically fill this page out by having a small little paragraph in here and then linking directly to the products that apply to that person. Okay. Now it may be multiple products or it might just be one product and you might link them to that collection page depending how many products that you have. Okay. And then we have the family and friend, the got a gift. So gifts under $50 for coffee lovers. Gifts under $50 for Pilates. I don't know what Pilatetites. I don't know what the piece of people are that you call that do Pilates, and those sorts of things. And then last minute gift ideas for your category. I think you guys get it, right? We've identified the persona we're selling to. We've identified the gifts that we're going to. We're creating the guide around it, and we're creating the SEO around it, right? So it's a really simple framework that we follow. Okay. Now, because I'm a nice guy, I created a little prompt for you guys. And this prompt is basically everything you need to put in to the category into your ChatGPT. Just copy and paste this, and it will make you your gift guide. Okay? Is that okay? Are you guys happy with that? We don't write anymore. We've got ChatGPT to do writing for us. Okay? There's a little prompt for you guys, a little bonus at the end. All right, so the action plan team, should you choose to accept, is from this call, you should have already done some of this, but we'll go through it anyway. Determine what your gifts are, right? So we should already know that. Determine what your gifts are, start building out your gift guide, put it live on Shopify, send out the gift guide email, and then if you've got ads, add the site link to the gift guide in your ads, right? This is your checklist. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. In terms of the emails, we've got your email plan here now as well, okay? If we go back up the top, all the way up, gone through a lot. This is your email guide. So right here is the time that you send your emails, okay? So we're gonna send a gift guide email. We're gonna tell them what our most popular gifts are. We're gonna tell them when delivery cuts off. We're gonna tell them what our instant last minute prize is, whether they can get it other ways, and then we start moving into the other pieces of the puzzle, okay? How was that, team? Does that sound relatively easy to execute now that we've got this framework? I'm going to give you guys what we do after Christmas in a second, because Christmas is now. We've got to get this work done now. But once this is done, January and February and March are a whole different ball game. So I'll talk to you how we can work together on fixing that. But would love to know, what's one key takeaway that you learned in this workshop today? What's one super useful takeaway that you learned today? What is one takeaway? All right. Hey, Gab, I see you on the call there. Would you mind reading these out, please? What the takeaways are? Thank you.
Yeah,
Gab.
of course. Mine was, if you're not bundling, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Setting up homepage for gifting, bundles, email flows, blogs for gift guides, creating bundles, doing both groups for gifting and then also landing pages for SEO, dedicated options to guide buyers. That's a great one. Creating a better strategy for Christmas and learning about personas.
So good. You guys have learned a lot by the sounds of it. This is great. Do we feel like, team, we've got a plan now for Christmas? We're feeling like we're a bit more educated on what we need to do? Yeah? Thumbs up if you do. Excellent. Super good. This has been a great session. Now, before we go, I want to know, does anyone want some help on what to do after Christmas? Right? Let me know if you do. Write in the chat, and I'll give you what your options could be on how to work after Christmas. A few of you guys. Okay, cool. If you don't want to stick around, that's cool. I'm just going to take you through how you can work with us so that after Christmas, we keep the momentum going and we keep making sales coming in the door, right? So for those of you who don't know, we run an e-commerce bootcamp, okay? And the e-commerce bootcamp is an amazing program because it's basically a full e-commerce course, right? In it, we do lots of things. So those that are in our bootcamp, thank you. You already know what this is all about. But we go through SEO, website optimization is a core of it. We go through meta ads, we go through Google ads, we go through email marketing. We give you basically behind the scenes look on how we run our brands and show you how to run ads, how to update your website, how to have a site that absolutely converts like crazy, and how to run your business consistently. But the goal for me is how do I make you go from side hustle to full-time and then get to freedom? That's our biggest goal that we do in Bootcamp, is taking people from side hustle to full-time. We've done that with hundreds of people now, and it's been so fun. We have one tomorrow at the same time as this call. They're so fun. We have about 20 people jump on and we just jam about e-commerce and we teach you heaps of cool stuff. But today I've decided, because I love my bootcamp so much, usually it's $99 per month to join, and that's an offer that we have on, right? So that's monthly subscription. You can start and finish it anytime you like. But what I wanted to do was anyone that joins in the next 12 hours, I'm going to do a free site audit for you, right? So we're going to look at your site. We're going to find the problems with the site. We're going to give you a fully detailed report. I think it's like 20-page report and exactly what you need to do to improve your site. We usually charge $500 for that. We'll do that one for free if you join in the next 12 hours. And then the other one, I didn't really want to do this, but the girls made me. Thank you, Gab. Thank you, Alana. You guys made me do this. They're like, you know what people would really like? They would want to jump on a call with you, Brendan, because you can tell them everything. So I'm pretty lucky. I have a bit of free time over the next week. So what I've decided to do is anyone that joins the next 12 hours, you get a one-on-one session with me. I don't know if this is going to kill my calendar. I do like hanging out with my kids, but one-on-one session with me if you guys join in the next 12 hours. So $99 a month. Join at any time, finish at any time you like. Full access to all our courses. You get Meta ads training, Google ads, email marketing, SEO, you name it, it's in there, right? Plus weekly live calls, plus a supportful community. It's really, really fun. And if you join, we'll get you a free site audit and a one-on-one session. Does that sound okay? Would anyone be interested in that? Let me know in the chat if that's something you'd be interested in. The girls will shoot you through a link. Yeah, Max wants a link. Excellent. Logan wants a link. Mal's interested. A few of you are already members, so you already get access to me and the community, which is great. Tanya, Tasha, awesome. This is gonna be so fun. Well, if you guys join, I look forward to jumping on a one-on-one with you guys. If not, you've got Customers for Christmas dialed in. I really want to see you guys crush it during Christmas and not just worry about Black Friday. And then really next year's the time where you make things happen, right? Next year's the time where everything you've been doing now goes up a notch and we like take you from where you are now into the future that you know you really want and you can achieve. And that's what we're here for.